Moonwalker.
Hello my good friends and welcome to episode 27 of Patreon Picks. Nice and simple rules for these clears. If you are watching this and you're on a Patreon, then drop me a line. Let me know a game you'd like me to play through. Shorter games are better, doable in less than maybe 90 minutes. And obviously these aren't 1 credit clears. I used to get £2 pocket money as a kid, so that was 14 credits. So that's the limit I've got to play these games on. To each and every one of you good people, thanks so much for support with 1 credit classics in general, but Patreon. We're getting ever closer to that PC that I'm going to spend the money on, so I'm super excited about that. Don't forget to check the Amazon affiliate scheme. If you shop there, use the link, we'll get a percentage, it won't cost you anything extra. And if you want to chuck me some cash, there's a paypal.me link at the bottom, paypal.me/1 credit classics. Like I say, every bit I get from now on is going, I say from now on, it was meant to be, but then I had to buy a car over Christmas, so I mean, like, I was completely skint, and I didn't have any MMA work either, so I was like, man. But I've since chipped the money back in, so we're getting there now. So yeah, thanks very much for that. This week it is time for a jump to 1990 with a Sega arcade kind of beat 'em up, dance 'em up game that we all saw in the wild at some point. It is Michael Jackson's Moonwalker. Back when I had a Master System, my dad used to cycle to work and he'd cycle past a video shop that rented Master System games. Moonwalker was the first one he ever rented me. I remember getting it and not being sure how to put the cartridge in because all I had at that point was Alex Kidd, which was built in. As a kid growing up in the 80s, MJ was everywhere, and when this arcade game came out, it was a staple of almost every arcade I played in. And not just arcades, do you know what I mean? Kind of chip shops, bus stations, cafes, it was everywhere. Sega did the programming, and Triumph did the audio visuals, which were kind of the visual element of this, and the sound especially. It was one of those ones that they always cranked the sound up dead loud on, especially if it was one of the dedicated 3-player cabinets that had the massive speakers in. You could hear it straight away when you walked into an arcade. It was another one of those that announced its kind of presence wherever it was. Now, the board itself, was actually fitted with what's known now kind of as a suicide battery, and this happened in the 80s quite a lot. Arcade manufacturers would put this battery on motherboards, and it would disable the game when the motherboards failed. So the batteries supply power to a bit of RAM that holds this like decryption table. So when it dies, the table goes away, the code can't be run, and the CPU can't execute the whole thing. Nobody knows why. Anti-piracy, forcing repair. It's garbage anyway, isn't it? It's absolute garbage. But yeah, I really love this. They had one in the arcade just by me. That's now like a tanning salon. Well, I say by me, it's by where my mum lived. But yeah, it's a tanning salon now, ironically. But yeah, they had a load of cabinets that they used to switch out. They had Mutant Fighter in there at one point, so that's where my love of that came from. But yeah, they had a Moonwalker, and I remember going to a couple of seaside towns and seeing the dedicated 3-player cabinets. And this arcade focused more on the beat-em-up elements than the platformer that the console versions kind of were based around. It's a lot more just rolling around, beating people up, turning into a robot and dancing at people, which is, well, who doesn't want to do that on a Saturday morning? But yeah, it's great, and it's a fantastic pick from you good Patreon folks. So let's dance, shall we, my pretty young things? Credits in. I've got 8 in there. I don't mind. So you can see it says 23 lives. Like, it's basically just because it will stockpile lives. It won't let you. It'll give you the number of lives that the number of credits you've put in has kind of got. And I think the standard thing on main was kind of 3 lives. So I don't know. It's got 23, but anyhow, that's how it works. So what I need to do is amazing. What I need to do is rescue children. Please don't make any comments here. Get a bubble so I can turn into the Moonwalker robot. The Moonwalker robot's so overpowered. You've got charge attack, which fires rockets. Yeah, there's a bit of energy, but we're already on full, so we're alright. Yeah, Moonwalker robot absolutely hacks. You can see I can only move on here like eight kind of planes of movement. Bollocks. So that's just basically a thingy to show you how everything works. That still gets me, to be honest. Amazing. Right. You see as well, I've got like if I get too close, I've got like a few on here. So I've got a couple of things. You see I've got a charge attack there, which does a bit longer range and a bit more damage, which is cool. I've also, next to my name, you see I've got a pair of legs, and that means I've got one like smart attack. They're really worth saving because they take everything out on the screen, but there's something to behold when they do it go off. I'm going to try and use, see if I can use mine up this little alley here. Oh, two now, solid. I need to get more than one. Let's get the mandatory big robots. Yep. It's this bit here, where there's the barrels, right? Incredible, right? And that was the bit that like really stood out. You had that on the Master System version and the Mega Drive version. If you held the button down, he'd spin on the spot. Oh, nice. I remember on the Master System one, he'd and probably in the Mega Drive one, although I never really played it. Yeah, he does. It's the start of the Mega Drive one, isn't it? He spins, he flips the coin, it lands in the jukebox, and it starts playing like Smooth Criminal. Come on. Hey up. A lot of people here. Nice. I don't know if it's random what. I don't think it's random what dances he does, but there's different finishes to anything. Nice bit of energy. He's got like one where he'll throw his hat. They'll spin around and take everything out as well. These are going to be enemies. Yep. Yeah, to clarify that thing about that, the number of lives. Cause it's like, yeah, people start thinking I've been fanning around with the dip switches. Yeah. I never played a Moonwalker where as standard you got 23 lives. Oh, nice. Come on. Nice vacuum cleaner, get that. Get that, Henry. Piss off. There's a robot here, I think. Might be a couple, actually. Yeah, yeah, another one there. Shit. Rubbish. And when you watch like the really good clears of this, they take advantage of the fact that things can only fire in 8 directions. Like there isn't, it's very like isometric. It's a bit like Zaxxon or something like that. So there's obviously like when you fight bosses, there's obviously spots you can stand where you can't get hit, and that becomes the central. You watch a good Moonwalker 1 credit. The central focus is on finding those spots. Like there, you see, there's no way he could have hit me there because there wasn't a shot for him. If I stand right in front of him, he's going to be able, like that, he's going to be able to fire. But if I cut the angle, I can stand in between. I can stand at the 45 basically. So you're not standing at the 0 or the 90 degrees. Alright, don't say anything. Irrespective of what happens, you know what I mean? The geezer wrote Thriller, I mean, like... Nice, that cheeky dance. Just beat it. Oh, tune. I'd say tune at the thingy of any level on this, to be honest. I think another part of me's on at some point as well. I remember the Master System version having, even then, do you know what I mean? Even the Master System version having like recognizable like 8-bit chiptune versions of like Thriller and Beat It and stuff. And I just remember thinking like, God almighty, this is incredible. Because like obviously I work in an office, so I bought a stay there. Right, could have easily died there. Go and do the hat one. Oh no. Yeah, so I work in this office, right? And I bought, there was a radio, but I was like, oh, bollocks. MJ gets run over. That would have made the news, wouldn't it? Now I need to stand up here. I'll kill all these with this. And there's another car that comes across in the middle, if I remember rightly. Nice. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, so like I said, there's a radio in the office, and I don't know, it's just, you can't rely on it at all. So like, I'd been there about 3 days, and I was like, right, I'll bring a Bluetooth speaker in, and so I bought this Bluetooth speaker in, and we all take turns to like connect it and put different playlists on, because we've got like, we'll either stick YouTube on, or I've got like, I have Amazon Prime done obviously, so I put Amazon Music on. Oh jeez, this could be tough actually. Is there a set of legs? Oh, there is. It's got a lot of dancing robots. That one's dancing a bit phallically. Get that. Nonce robot. Yeah, so like the number of times, like, because I like I say, I've got Amazon Music. I'll end up putting Thriller on. It's just ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. There was like, I want to say there was 7 singles on Thriller or some stupid like that. There's only 9 songs. Oh, piss off. It's in that neighborhood anyhow. It's just banger central Thriller is. Thought it. Ayo. Nice, see, that's a slightly different one. So I think there's 3 then. Don't worry, you can't actually kill the dogs. They've got like a armor on that makes them like mean. God, I'm glad my dogs are asleep. I can't see this. They're going absolutely mental. Shut up. Yeah. Go and do the hat one. Oh no. Might be what level you're on. I'm not 100% sure, to be honest with you. Get that. Oh, bubbles. Was it boss time? Yeah. Oh, piss off. Couldn't really have done a lot there. Should have saved the dance thing for here, really. Oh, we're getting there now. Chipping him. Oh, as if they just go rogue and there's a few of them. I mean, it's an oversight building a robot that can only shoot 4 directions, surely. Even in the 80s. So I'm just going, what happens if he comes at you on a diagonal, Terry? I don't worry about it. Don't know why that always makes me laugh. I mean, you'd think they'd put Thriller on here, wouldn't you? Look at that. Come on. Oh, these grenades. Give him some health. Oh, yeah, that's I had lost it getting it. It's always a bloody same, innit? Oh. And yeah, you probably noticed, if you try and do the attack and you're up close, you do like a spin, which does the same thing, same amount of damage. I never got the science, the fact that you can rescue those kids by spinning. You can diffuse like a laser-based force field just by spinning around on the spot. But then he can fire lasers out of his hands, I suppose, and turn into a robot, I mean. Maybe it ties in the film, which I probably haven't seen since it came out in the late 1980s. There he is. Stephen Hawking. Stephen Hawking dropping bombs. What a shit robot in a tyre that is. That looks like something they'd make in Last of Summer Wine. Do you know what I mean? I'm not having that. I'm not having like, do you know what I mean? I'm not having Compo robot getting me. A fucking tyre. Piss off. I'm just going to kill us by spamming means. How isn't this Thriller? Because they got the license, so surely they can use anything. Or I wonder if they only got... I don't know. No, because Beat It's on it, and that's on the Thriller record, isn't it? Right. If there's just... If a load... Oh, Jesus Christ. Am I going to lose one of them? Oh, I did as well. What a... Right, so... If a screen comes on with a load of zombies, I'm 100% going to do the dance. Hang on, here we go. Should I do it? There you go. See if I do the Thriller dance. Got it. I mean, that's cool, but yeah, it would have been awesome if they would have done the Thriller dance. I'm probably going to use this now. Opportunities missed there for me. Could have just blasted a bit of Thriller out. I suppose they only had a certain amount of time, a certain amount of space as well. It makes you wonder if this game like this came out now, you'd have all kinds of options, wouldn't you? Well, not starring Michael Jackson, obviously, but like... Bless him. Don't have to... No, I don't have to trigger that one, do I? Come on. Lot. My bubbles ain't dancing. Come here. Could have. Jesus, what the hell is this? A gun that shoots ghosts. Come on. It's a classic credit sync, this, isn't it? I like the ghost dance, though. Oh, nice. Come on. It's got to be nearly done now. There he is, off on his forklift. Solid. Nice. This is the last level, right? Very similar to the first level. See, that where you lose most of your health is on the boss bits. It makes me think. This me thinking again, right? I don't know. Kind of makes me think. 1 credit on this might be possible, actually. Well, it is possible. I've seen it, but possible for me to do, like. What? Oh, Jesus! She was just dancing, shouldn't I? All right. Show off, Jesus. Really, rocks? Who's throwing rocks these days? Shit. That's the only thing that, like, the movement, just movement full stop, does feel a bit sluggish on this. Which I think's why it'd be hard. I think a lot of times you end up dying when it's not your fault. I'm going to lose one of these if I die, so the next time the screen gets fucking... Oh, here he is. That's the Summer Wine robot. Fuck off, actually. Get that. Oh, fuck off. I think there's one of these here. Sorry. A Nancy looking robot. Is that something out of fucking Brass Eye? Oh, here we go. Oh, it's not the 80s without a lift, is it? Or the early 90s at this point. Yeah, I get the feeling that with a little bit of practice, like, the angles that you'd need to take to minimize the risk of getting hit would be much more, would just kind of fall into place. Here he is. Shoutouts to my man Andy Payne. Loves a waistcoat. Loves one. I mean, and who wouldn't with bad guys like that? Like the variation there for me was phenomenal. Boss coming soon, right? All these robots look a bit stupid, don't they? Like it's like an episode of Scrap Heap Challenge. Like they built that out of it. Built that out of an old Hoover or something. I'm just gonna spam this to death in the corner. Right, come on. That's the most Scrap Heap Challenge robot on here. That one is, that the old Henry Hoover laser. Boss time, is it? I do like the I like the thingy, the Moonwalker robot. It is quite cool, isn't it? Hey up. Oh, fuck it. The Nonsatron. Like that robot, not Michael. Like I'm not calling robotic Michael Jackson the Nonsatron, alright? Jesus Christ. It's a minefield this game is. You know a nickname never caught on? The Nonsatron. Well, there's a good reason for that. Jesus Christ almighty. Me calling robotic Michael Jackson the Nonsatron might be subconsciously the most disrespectful thing I've ever done on this channel. Hey up. I thought that might happen. Is that thing immune to... No, got it right. It's going to be here, isn't it? Unlucky Nancitron. That's the one. Oh, some good shots in there. Classic 80s design. Do you know what I mean? Is that it? Is he done? Then turned into a spaceship? Amazing. Mr. Big's evil plot has been foiled with the destruction of his deadly doomsday weapon, the gigantic laser cannon, and with his massive fortress reduced to cinders, he is no longer a threat to mankind. But what of Michael? All is known that he was last seen soaring away from the crumbling stronghold, heading towards the distant horizon. And the children that he saved, well, they're smiling, because deep down in their hearts they know that Michael will return one day to shower them another wondrous and magical adventure. Oh, fucking hell. Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, there you go. Smooth Criminal, yeah. Was it Beat It, was it? Another part of me. Yeah, what was round 5 then? I couldn't really hear. But, oh, terrible. Lazy. Yeah, obviously. This is weird, isn't it? Really? Really? Or did they have to say that? What a strange one that is. Oh, Jesus. What's he going to do all the rest of my lives? Because I had a shitload left. I had like 13 left. Are you let me carry on playing? No, is it bollocks? That's terrible, isn't it? Oh, fuck this machine. It's awful. Like for that, and the fact that it's got the suicide battery on. Anyhow, so that was Moonwalker. A lot of fun. Sort of. Well, yeah, it's a lot of fun. But, I mean, there's a lot of savage here. There's a lot of savage nonce jokes at all times in this. I think I've done quite well here to kind of avoid them, really. Like I say, I'll say what I said at the time. I mean, he wrote Thriller. Take of that what you will. Do you know what I mean? The allegations are allegations. Oh yeah, as well, that's the other thing. You can see there's 3 of them. This was originally a 3-player cabinet. Well, the version I'm playing is the 3-player version. So like, you could play like co-op, and then you'd all dance. That's pretty sick. Right, I'm gonna go and have a cup of tea, and probably listen to Pretty Young Thing again. To be honest with you, I cut off Thriller. I can't stop listening to that. If you haven't listened to that in ages, go on to YouTube after this. Put Michael Jackson Pretty Young Thing on. Oh, that little vocoder. You want it? Oh, it's incredible. And yeah, I will see you good people on Wednesday for another episode of One Credit Classics. Take care.